really been proud of my team tonight. I thought played a top 25 team. I thought physically they beat the hell out of us the first 6 or 7 minutes. I thought our assistants did a great job of saying what they were going to do, slapping balls loose, and they play hard, boy. They warm up hard. I was very impressed with that, and I mean, let's be honest about it. Sturt's had probably was his worst game in a while. I think Jeremy and we deserve some credit. We don't deserve all the credit because he missed some free throws. He's probably never missed that many free throws in a game. So we feel fortunate to win the game, but we won it the way that we had to win it, and that's we bounced back, got a little tougher. We out-rebounded them by almost 20. I thought we defended really, really well, the ball screen defense. They're really good at it, and I thought we did a great job. We said free throws were going to be important. We got to the line, and we converted. So if you rebound, you run pretty good. That takes care of a lot of things, and yet we still turned it over a little bit too much and didn't really shoot it that well from the three. We still got some issues at the two that we're trying to work through. But we're getting more play. The reason Cam Ward didn't play, he sprained his wrist in the last game, and we just didn't think we should put him out there tonight. But that was a worry too, and give Jesse McCullough credit because Coop struggled a little bit tonight too, and he's been really good for us. Still did some good things, but 5 turnovers, had the ball knocked loose, missed a couple layups. Not maybe his best game, but he's been really good for us. So, what a day! You win a big game, you win your home opener in the conference, and you have our football coach is on board and got to be here with our fans, and so hopefully things keep getting better. It's a big week. Questions?
Tom, you mentioned about them kind of coming out tough. Is that for a team that hasn't necessarily gone through the Big Ten wars yet and trying to do it? Sustaining that, I would imagine, is something that if you don't get it, a taste of it, that you're not going to understand what it's like in the back part of the season.
Yeah, but being at Drake and having 5 or 6 of those guys that came over with them, Drake is in the Big Ten blueprint, and so those guys know what it is. I mean, that team won 5 overtime games last year, 5, and so that tells you that they're well coached and that you got a guard to go to, and that guard. I think we wore him down a little bit. That's one of the things, if you can run and do some things. But he missed some shots I think he'd normally make. So I've been really proud of Jeremy because not a great shooting night. He didn't take enough shots. I thought he could have taken a few more. I'm getting really comfortable with his shooting, but he's getting to the line. He's making those. One bad turnover, a couple others that were good. But all in all, boy, when he was that pregame, those huddles when we were, I think, getting our butts kicked, I thought Jeremy Fears was really, really good, and that's what good leaders do. So I feel fortunate about that. Kohler played really well, and I thought Carr played really well.
8-0, 2-part question. What's impressed you the most about this team so far, and what's frustrated you the most?
What's impressed me the most is the connectivity, the camaraderie. I mean, it's not phony. It's special. It's really, Carson can play not his greatest game tonight. I still love him because what he's done for our younger guys has been unbelievable. How he handles the locker room and things. What he's done for Jesse and Cam has been phenomenal. I think Jeremy is really coming into his own. That's impressed me. He's just become a better all-around player. All-around doesn't mean he's shooting better, defending better, passing better, but it means he's leading better. And that one is good teams need a great leader. And boy, I was more impressed with how he led and how he wasn't. I'm a big timeout guy, big timeout. Ever since Draymond was with me, I never got to say anything in timeouts. So now that he's not here, I get to talk in those timeouts. And now Jeremy's talking. And I realized, man, if I let Draymond and Jeremy and everybody else talk, it's an easier job. So I'm really proud of him for that and really pleased. I'm disappointed yet, with our shooting in general. I mean, we shot 50%, but I don't think we're shooting the ball well enough. I don't think we need more consistency at the two. And that's not all their fault. They're all new guys. They're all guys that haven't played any minutes here. And so I got to do a better job, and they got to do a better job. And but some of that falls on me too. And so I'm going to try to do that now. We get through this week, then we get finals, which means you get a little time. I mean, it's been an incredible month of basketball for us as far as not only travel but the teams we played and how it's gone. And we need a little practice time to get better, and I got to do a better job with those guys. That's on me.
Tom, there was a moment down in Florida. Jordan Scott had a corner three, and he passed it up to take it down the baseline. I think it was Cam Moore that got on him and said, "You need to shoot that." When you see the confidence he had today, I'm wondering if you noticed that as well, and if he might factor in at the two guard to maybe give you guys a solution there.
Yeah, Cam, he hit a three tonight. Jordan, he hit a three tonight, and our players are so excited for him because he's really a good shooter. And he plays so hard, and he knocks balls loose. He's skinny beyond his means. I mean, he's skinny and scrawny, but he's tough and warrior. He reminds me of Steve Smith that way, that maybe his bulk isn't there, but his heart is there. And we just love the way he plays. So, he played 19 minutes. His minutes are going to continue to go up, but I'm not down on anybody. I just need somebody to rise up. And so we're giving guys chances, and we're just going to keep doing that until we get it straightened out.
Looking at a game like tonight where the MSU philosophy of rebounding and physicality really shine through, how do you reflect on that being the consistent style of MSU over the past 30 years?
Well, I'll be honest with you, it's really important. It's our culture. And yes, we still can have a culture in this day and age, and we got one. And I don't plan on that changing. But at the same time, we got punched in the mouth early, so that hasn't happened much this year yet. And so maybe that was good for us, they get their hands in everything. And so we were better that way. And they play a style that's slower. And so that makes it hard, to run. They got a lot of guys back. That's why we did do a pretty good job rebounding the ball, because they were setting guys back. I thought Jackson, getting some of those offensive rebounds. Cohen, I thought got some timely plays, helps us. But, hey, defend, rebound, and run. And as Pat learned sitting there, that was a football game on hardwood, and that's kind of been okay for us. I'm okay with it.
Tom, along those lines, you said you weren't pleased with the shooting, but do you see the makings of all the other ingredients that your really good teams usually have, like depth, defense, rebound, and all that?
A good point. Depth is really coming along. Our rebounding is really coming along. Point guard play has to be critical if you're going to be one of those teams, and that is really, really coming along. And I think we need a little more consistency on the shooting on that perimeter, and even defensively, But I said this 2 weeks ago, and I'll say it again. I don't think we know how good any teams are right now. Meaning, we beat Kentucky, and everybody thinks, well, that Kentucky team's going to be a lot better a couple weeks from now. Everybody's got so many new players, and we don't. And the ones we have, we're struggling with a little bit, but a lot of them, not everybody, a lot of them have new players, and it's going to take some time. Arkansas, they're going to get better. Carolina's going to get better. But I think we're going to get better too. But that is an issue right now that I don't want to get too high or too low on, because I think This is a product. I said to you guys early, middle of December, give me a buzz. I'll tell you what I think. I still feel that way. I still feel we're a couple weeks away from figuring out who is really good, who's good, and who's not as good.
You talked about getting punched in the mouth early. Offense was kind of struggling a little bit to get things going early, but that defense really kept you guys in it early. Can you just talk about that value of having a defense like that when the offense is maybe struggling to get going early in a game?
Yeah, and I'm surprised at our defense, but that's where you got to give Carson Cooper some credit because he does a lot of things with ball screens that gets unnoticed. But Jeremy was just at a different level tonight, getting over him and doing things. I thought he was locked in and should be becoming one of the best defenders in this league. And when he's doing that, it just energizes our whole team. So defense travels, defense consistent. You know, there's not many good teams that aren't pretty good defensively. And once in a while, you can just outscore everybody, but not that often, especially on the road in this league.
Jackson had 12 points and 11 rebounds. Can you describe what a difference maker it is for someone to score down low in their paint and also get the rebounds like he does?
Yeah, Jackson, you know, for a guy who's not the greatest athlete in the world, he gets a lot done. You know, he's got a nose for the ball. He's hungry. He's obsessed with getting rebounds. He's done a very good job of staying true. You know, I think we're starting to learn to get it in, get it out. We got to have a little bit of both. Those inside-out passes would make our threes better. So, you know, I'm still working on him getting a couple more assists because I think we're going to him a little bit. But you're averaging a double-double in the Big Ten. I don't care who you are. That's a hell of a feat. And he's doing it against some good people. So I'm proud of him, too. But if I stay proud of everybody like I am, then I got to get back to being miserable a little bit, so I'll figure out some things by tomorrow when I talk to you.
Cohen had 15 today. It seemed like you guys really got him involved early in the second half in the half-court offense, and it seemed like it gave you a lift. What have you been seeing from him lately that, you know, he's had more confidence and been more comfortable operating in that half-court offense?
He's been shooting a lot better in practice. He puts the ball on the floor a lot better. He's taking it to the hole a lot better. Getting to the free throw line and rebounding is something we think he should be at an elite level at. And he's getting better at it, you know. I mean, we are not a finished product, although a lot of teams aren't. But I think we still have a lot of room for growth, which is exciting. We just got to make sure we stay the course and, you know, realize, like I've been telling you, that we don't know where everybody is yet. You know, in a couple of weeks we'll figure it out, and then we'll see what the pecking order is and where we fit into that pecking order.
We got three more starting with Chris.
You obviously gave Kerr the start today. I think I heard you say that Devine and Trey were a little under the weather, but it looked like Kerr was active defensively too and getting deflections and kind of going on the floor a little bit. I'm wondering, is that just like a natural maturation that comes with being a two guard?
Yeah. I gotta think, it's my wife's birthday. I should be happy today. You know what? I'm not satisfied with the defense of our three guards. Those two guards. They got to get better. And if I was a reporter, if I was a fan, if I was anybody, that's my job. They got to get better. And I'm telling you, it's going to get cranked up a little bit because now we're to the point. If it gets better, we just might be a real good team. But you got to have some shooting there, and most teams' best players are their 2 and 3 men. So you got to be able to guard it too. And I'm not publicly lashing out. I'm just saying they got to get better. And I think they made progress. You know, Devine did some things better. Trey was under the weather a little bit, and Kerr has, you know, he looks better offensively, but he's still got some work to do, and we're going to help him through it. You know, we got to do a better job. There's no coaches first, players second. That's what we'll do. Yes.
First impressions of, I guess they're not first impressions, you know him, but impressions of Pat Fitzgerald now that he's football coach and sort of the early meetings you guys have had.
You know, I appreciate my president, I appreciate my athletic director, and I appreciate my new football coach, because I've talked to each one of them about this, and then I heard some comments because I couldn't make it to the press conference. My damn day job got in the way, even though I'm a football fanatic. I had to do what I had to do. But the way everybody talked about Jonathan Smith was really, really, really special to me, because in this day and age, you know, things happen. And what Jonathan Smith said to me, you know, yesterday was pretty cool too. And, you know, this is a tough profession that got tougher in the last 3-4 years. I mean, people out there think just because you're paying players and you're doing this, that everybody's just gonna, you know, everybody else is too. And it's been tough. And I said it in Jonathan's behalf that I think, you know, we did what we had to do, but it was hard. It's hard to see a coach, you know, go down, especially one that has character and class. And I was really impressed that my AD, my president, and my new football coach all talked about him. So that's number one. Number two, I think what you saw in the court during a timeout, I told him to quit screwing up my huddles. You know, he had the place rocking and rolling. I couldn't hear in that damn huddle. So I told his wife to shut him up a little bit. And but that's pretty cool too. You know, he just is on a mission. You know, and you know, sometimes, whether it's all of us or some of us, when you go through hell a little bit, you know, it makes all the glory better. And I think we're going to do everything we can do. And I hope it's everybody. It's not just our administration. It's not just, it's our fan base. It's our, everybody's got it. And I understand why sometimes they get a little edgy. And yet we're Spartans, and Spartans better stick together because that place out there is winning us some games right now. You know, that place over there in hockey is winning them some games right now. That place over there in football has not been doing that for us. And so I'm putting a challenge out to our people too. And that has to happen. If there's not a home field, home court, home ice, it's harder to be successful. We don't win games. When we were not very good, our crowd was right there with us. And I said that in one of the huddles. I said, listen to them. I get them people out there to go fight them. Why don't you do it? So it's a cool day for a guy who I think has a lot of Michigan State qualities. I've known him for a while. I didn't, know him great, but when he went through some tough times, I talked to him, and I think we made a hell of a selection, and I think he's going to do a hell of a job. And I think I'm asking our 600,000 living alums, come on over. Come on over. Let's turn Spartan Stadium into Mount Ice Arena and Breslin Arena and see if we can get this thing rocking and rolling. It's going to be fun.